Max Verstappen just pulled off a stunt that's rewriting motorsport history. Fresh from crushing Formula 1 at Monza and Baku, he hopped into a Ferrari 196 GT3, stormed the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and obliterated seasoned pros by over a minute on his first ever race there. According to the race report, his jaw-dropping 751 lap was just 2 seconds off the GT3 record, despite traffic and damp conditions. But here's the bombshell that's got the paddock buzzing. McLaren's Andrea Stella, quoted in the same report, called Max a serious threat before Baku's chaos unfolded. Why is this GT3 masterclass sending shockwaves through the F1 title fight? September 2025 has been Max Verstappen's playground, and the race report paints a picture of unrelenting dominance that's got McLaren shaking in their boots. Let's unpack it. First, Monza. The report notes Max won by a record margin this season, pulling away by over 20 seconds on a track where Red Bull's RB21 struggled with high-speed stability in 2024, showcasing their newfound pace in both straights and corners. Next, the Nordschleife permit. Max secured his racing license at the Nordschleife, as confirmed in the report, proving he's not just an F1 star, but a motorsport polymath ready to conquer any challenge. Then, Baku. He delivered a Grand Slam pole win, fastest lap exploiting a chaotic weekend with 6 red flags in qualifying, where McLaren's Oscar Piastri crashed out for 0 points and Lando Norris limped to 6, per the report's championship update. Finally, the Nürburgring GT3 race, driving the number 31 Ferrari to 196 for verstappen.com. Max started P3, pulled a daring outside move at turn 1, and built a 24-second gap in just 5 laps, eventually handing over a 1-minute lead to teammate Chris Lulham, as detailed in the report. By the checkered flag, they were 23 seconds ahead, despite traffic from 19 car categories. McLaren's explicit fear, stated as seriously scared in the report, isn't just about F1, it's Max's ability to dominate anything with 4 wheels. The report highlights his street circuit supremacy, racking up 103 points across Australia, Saudi, Miami, Monaco, Canada, and Azerbaijan, outpacing George Russell's 87, Norris's 78, and Piastri's 65. This pattern suggests Max isn't just in form, he's redefining what's possible. And Singapore's looming like a storm cloud over McLaren's championship hopes. You might think this is all about Red Bull finally cracking their car's issues. The report details their Baku upgrades a new floor with optimized underbody geometry, and a front wing with ray-profiled flaps boosting low-speed grip by 15%, nearly wiping out the understeer that plagued them for months. Monza's high-speed straights and Baku's tight, twisty sectors showed Red Bull's progress, with Max outscoring McLaren 50-6 in Azerbaijan alone. Per the report, the GT3 win may be just Max vibing in a Ferrari 196, a car he tested in May under the alias Franz Hermann, setting an unofficial 749 lap in damp conditions, as noted in the report. His sim racing teammate, Chris Lulham from Team Redline, held the lead post handoff, finishing 23 seconds ahead despite traffic in a yellow flag zone that cut their gap from a minute. Per the report's race breakdown, Lulham navigated a tricky stint with a yellow flag for a crash, which the report notes cost them time as others pitted strategically. So, case closed. Red Bull's tech is back. Max got a lucky GT3 debut, and McLaren's just hitting a rough patch, right? Not so fast. The numbers tell a different story. Max's 103 street circuit points dwarf everyone, despite McLaren's MCL39 being the car to beat. In the championship, Piastri leads with 324 points. Norris has 199, and Max is at 255, a 69-point gap to the leader and 44 to Norris, shrunk substantially in recent races. Per the report, Max outscored McLaren by 35 and 26 points over the last 2 weekends. This isn't just upgrades. It's Max mastering F1's chaos and the Nordschleife's 14.1 mile, 73-turn beast, outrunning Nürburgring 24 Hours winner Frank Stippler, who's won 15 times at the track, including the 2020 for 24 hours in an Audi R8. As the report's Wikipedia reference confirms, Stippler was P2 early in the race, but Max's 751 lap smoked his 757, showing a pace gap that stunned commentators, who called Max's consistency metronomic. Here's the real game changer. Max Verstappen isn't just beating McLaren, he's exposing their vulnerabilities in ways that could haunt them all season. Andrea Stella, quoted in the report before Baku, Warn, we're talking about Max Verstappen and Red Bull. We've already seen in Monza. They improved. Fast in the corners, medium and high speed, fast in the straights. That's not just respect. It's a red flag. Stella's pre-Baku jitters were prophetic. Max's Grand Slam there, paired with McLaren's measly 6 points, flipped the momentum. Alex Albon, Max's former Red Bull teammate, dropped a massive claim in the report. Max could just be the best that we've ever seen in a Formula One car. The complete driver in all domains. He doubled down, saying Max's ability to dominate makes his own time alongside him look better. The numbers back it up. Max's 103 street circuit points outshined Russell's 87, Norris's 78, and Piastri's 65, despite McLaren's pace advantage. At the Nürburgring, Max's 8:46 qualifying lap in damp, slippery conditions was 24 seconds faster than the next car, and his 7:51 race lap was bonkers, just 2 seconds off the GT3 record of 7 minutes 49 seconds and 5 milliseconds, despite traffic from 19 car categories and a single dry line. Per the report, commentators marveled at his metronomic lap times, crediting years of sim racing experience on the Nordschleife for his mastery. The Ferrari angle is pure dynamite. Max, the first active F1 driver to win a full-length Ferrari race this year, per the report, did so while Ferrari's F1 stars Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton have 0 wins. Max's own words fuel the fire. He told the report he'd only joined Ferrari in F1 if convinced I could win there. His GT3 dominance, where he felt great about the 296's setup and posted a purple sector 8:46 in qualifying, shows he's already winning in red. What's at stake? Singapore, the final street circuit, is a pressure cooker. The report notes McLaren's 2024 route Norris was a second per lap faster, nearly crashing but winning by a mile. Red Bull struggled with Max P5 last year, but the RB21's upgrades new floor, front wing with ray-profiled flaps, and diffuser tweaks boosting low-speed grip by 15%. Per the report, make them pretty much level with McLaren in slow corners. AS Stella admitted if Max maxes out downforce, like his Silverstone heroics where he held off McLaren despite a wet track, and steals a podium or win, the 69-point gap to Piastri and 44 to Norris become a dogfight. With 7 races to go, the constructors' battle is razor-thin. McLaren needs 13 points to clinch, per the report. But Max's 50-6 Baku thrashing shows Red Bull's closing in. If Ferrari or Mercedes snipe points, McLaren's lead could wobble. The report's anecdote about John Elkann gifting a Ferrari F1 steering wheel to the Pope adds cheeky irony. Did Max's GT3 win get the ultimate blessing? Endurance racing looms large, Max told commentators. Per the report, the car felt great. I'm very confident, eyeing the Nürburgring 24 hours in 2026, which doesn't clash with F1. A Le Mans run with Fernando Alonso, unlikely soon due to F1 conflicts. But his passion for endurance, noted in the report, suggests he's planning a legacy beyond F1 for McLaren. Another Baku-like flop called an awful weekend in the report could be fatal. Stella's seriously scared vibe reflects a team on edge. If Max keeps this streak, wins at Zandvoort, Monza, Baku, and now GT3, the championship could be his 5th straight, matching Hamilton's record. Williams' rise adds another threat, Sainz's life project to make them winners by 2026. Per the report, is gaining steam with their Baku P3 and Mercedes 2026 power unit focus, which Sainz called the most committed among teams. The report leaves us with burning questions that keep us hooked. Can Red Bull's upgrades tame Singapore's low-speed torture? Or will McLaren's tire edge key to their 2024 route prevail? Max's 103 street circuit points versus McLaren struggles raise doubts. Is their lead built on sand? Is a 2026 switch brewing, especially with Ferrari's drought? Sainz's Williams push, with their 2026 Mercedes power focus, poses another question. Could they disrupt the top teams, especially after Sainz's Baku P3? Max's endurance future is massive. The report confirms his Nordschleife love, with plans for more NLS races and a 24 hours dream, saying, I would love to drive in the 24-hour race. Will he juggle F1 and endurance in 2026? Especially after his metronomic GT3 laps. Singapore's the litmus test of Max podiums. McLaren's panic goes nuclear. Drop your predictions below. Does Max steal the title, or does McLaren fight back? Smash that like button if Max's dominance has you glued. Subscribe to F1 Pulse for every bombshell. And let's keep the race alive.